detected. Begin sequence.
G'day guys, today we are going to play the best Atari strategy game ever on the 8-bit, and it is of course MULE, and boy have I played the hell out of this game back in the day and played it over the years and keep coming back to it. It's an amazing strategy game, guys, and each game is completely different. And one of the things on my bucket list is to get a world high score on Twin Galaxies in MULE. And part of the reason for that is that there's no one's put up a score on the Atari MULE at the moment. There's 2 scores up there for the C64 version on emulation, not on real hardware. And those aren't verified anymore in terms of the way they were submitted. So it's a pretty open landscape, guys, to get a world record up. So I want to try and do that, notwithstanding some of you punters out there that might want to get into this as well and put up a score. But look, it's going to take a few practice rounds, and it's a game filled with some randomness, and just getting that really good score is just a combination of good strategy, but also a lot of things have to go your way. So we'll see how we go on this particular game. It's a sort of a little bit of a show and tell, and then one day we may set up the full Atari system and play it for real on Atari hardware. So we're just doing emulation today. So what we want to do is we want to get to 2 Planeteers. We're going to play against 3 of the computers, and we want the tournament option, and then we can press start. Select the joystick. I do have a Atari joystick hooked up to the PC, guys, to give that authentic feel. And there's lots to talk about when we get into MULE, so we'll just get into it, get started. And I'll try and explain a few things as we go along. I miss my blue colour, always like to be blue, so let's just come back to blue. And with the species pick, guys, there's a lot of just different types of players that you can play here. They're all the same except for the way they look, besides 2 particular characters. So you've got one character, the humanoid, which is an expert species, and you get $400 less to start. That's actually not a bad thing in MULE, because just the way the game works is actually better to have less money than the computers at the start and be at the bottom of the table. Less bad things happen to you and more good things happen in some of the random elements. But you do start with less cash, so it can be a little bit difficult from that point of view. Or you can choose the flapper and you get an extra $600, and that's a beginner species, but then you put right at the top at the start, and then you can get bad things happen to you and stuff. So it's sort of, it's interesting which to choose in terms of a strategy. We could just go for one of the normal characters. I often choose the Packer, which is smiling, but I think today actually we're just going to go straight in and choose the humanoid, the hardest one, and have the less cash and see how we go. It says it starts with less than 400, but the computers actually get 200 more anyway for being a computer, so the difference is actually 600 to start. So guys, let's head into the game, and here we've got the 3 computer players and myself, and we're landing on the planet Irata, and of course that is Atari backwards. Took me a long time to realise that, but that's quite a nice little thing. It was built on the Atari, or programmed on the Atari first, and then ported across to C64, and there's been a couple of other versions as well, released on other platforms, but I think this is the definitive one. The C64 one is pretty close to this. So we're going to land on this planet Irata here, and we've got to colonize it basically, guys, and it's a typical resources strategy type game. We start off with our summary, and we have our cash. You can see I've only got $600 down the bottom there. Land, we have no land at the moment, and 150 of goods, which would be just the food and energy, I think, starting goods, and that gives us a total. So let's get a plot of land and we'll talk about a few other things. So the ship hooroo's off for 12 turns effectively, 12 months. And the first thing we get the opportunity to get is some free land. Now I don't like getting that top block, and the computer's always going to be faster than me. Oh no, everyone's going for the river. I'm not going to get it. Oh, that was lucky. It's really hard playing against the computer when you're trying to get these plots of land, because they're always going to beat you for speed. So anyway, look, I'll tell you what's going on in the game as we go through, guys, but the bottom line is that to get a world high score, the current, well, average games for your individual score, around about a good game is sort of 20 to 25,000 is pretty typical by the end of the 12 months. If you're getting over 30,000, you're having a really good game. 40,000 is really difficult, and then if you're getting just over 50,000, then yeah, you're right up there. And the current, there's only 2 scores posted for C64, and one of them is actually 57,800 or so. That's just a really big score. Again, it's not verified as such. It was from the old rules, I believe, so who knows. But we're going to try our best. So that's the individual score, and then there's an overall colony score, which isn't part of the Twin Galaxies world record rules. But there's an overall colony score from the combination of everyone's results, the 3 computers and mine. And that doesn't count, but it's still quite cool to try and get a good colony score as well, because you get a special message at the end about how well your colony's done. And any colony over 100,000 in total is a really good score, guys. So ultimately, yeah, which anywhere above 30,000 for an individual score would be a great game. If you get a colony score over 100,000, that's always awesome. They even have it in the rule book that if you play on expert and you get over 100,000, we want to hear from you. That was back from when Electronic Arts released it, so they knew it was going to be difficult to achieve that. So let's see how we go. I am going to just grab myself a mule here and outfit it for food, and I wasn't actually watching the computers and what they were doing in terms of where the crystite was, and we want to know where the crystite is, because that is the mining up the top here, is the one that we want to get later for getting the most money. Time's running down pretty quickly. Let me just check this plot right here. I'm just going to check it for crystite. It says low, so there'll be a medium and a high crystite plot close to that is how it works. And the resources that we have, crystite is a bit like sort of gold, and you can get the most money from mining crystite. The next one across was smith ore, and that's used for actually creating the mules. And then we have energy, and then we have food. And smith ore, energy, and food are all affected by supply and demand. And we have a store that has items, and you just saw that we had a fire in the store, which is one of the events, which is random events. And because we've had a fire in the store, we don't have anything to buy from the store, which causes its own little challenges. So this first little screen here is we go through the series of auctions for the stuff that we produced, and we have the smith ore auction. The guy's not selling any smith ore. Smith ore is used for mules. Mules can run out. If you don't have a mule to put out on your plot, then you can't do anything and produce anything for another plot of land. And so all those dynamics come into play, guys. And there's so many elements to the strategy in this game that you can't explain it sort of quickly. but look, we'll touch on some of the nuances more as we go forward. So food at the moment, it said I had 1 extra surplus. Food is used for for time. In fact, what am I doing here? I'm talking and trying to play at the same time. So this guy here is racing up to try and buy a food because they don't have any, and it's used for time. So what that means is that the next turn that you have, your time bar is reflective of how many food that you have up to the critical level. So you need, I think it's 3 or 4 at the start here, to have the maximum time so you can go out and do stuff. So no food is really bad because it means that you literally can just have to go straight into the pub and you lose your turn. Energy is really, really important, and it's terrible when you get a fire in the store like we just had on turn 1, because there's no extra energy. And energy, you need 1 energy unit for each of your blocks of land that have a mule, working mule on it, except for energy plots, which logically don't need energy to create energy, otherwise you wouldn't get anywhere. And so right on the outset we can see that I picked up a few extra bit of value there, got 1800 now is my total. And we've got an overall comment here saying the colony is short of energy. So for my next turn round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just concentrate. Actually, I'm going to get a piece of land just out in the middle here, even though I don't know where all the crystite plots are. And the reason for that is I want to try and build up around it, and the computer, you can see, is starting to create blocks around the other blocks it's already chosen, because you get economies of scale from doing it that way. And we want to do that, you get more production. So, the best thing, I should have gone down next to my food plot, right? But if I'm in the middle there, I can start building around it and sort of block out the computer a bit. This is a land auction that happens, and these guys are going up to racing for it. I'm not going to do it on this round because I've only got $700 in cash, and I need to buy stuff and get other mules working. And also we've got a shortage of energy, so I can't really do much with that land anyway. And also I don't want to push the price up. See, we have another land for sale now, and the starting price is going to be higher now because they just pushed it up pretty high on that last one. So it's 476, so it went up as a starting point. That's actually still a pretty good price, but look, I'll let it go for this other guy for the moment, which means that the next land auction price will be even cheaper. And if you can sort of snaffle some money away from them and get your money up higher pretty quickly, then you can go for those land auctions and get them all relatively cheap. But that strategy, guys, is actually really, really sort of quite difficult to pull off. Alright, so there's some checks for crystite. I should really be watching those now. And that person just put out some smith ore. And we go to the pink person. There's a medium crystite here, which means there'll be a high crystite next to it. There it is. It could have been on the river, and you can't mine in the river, so it's good that it's on the left. And they don't really need to check where the low is from that high, or there could be another high next to it. There's typically there is always 3 high plots, and then around those high plots there's mediums, and then around the mediums there's low. And that's what we want to be looking for. And getting those blocks. So yeah, that one on the left was high, medium, so my one will be low out to the left, a crystite one. Just checking these ones as we go. So yeah, I'm not going to put crystite out because I am low in energy, and there was none in the store, so it's a bit of a problem actually, the starting this game. We're low on mules too, because the guy didn't sell his mules. And take that mule out and stick it on the land. I might go for a bit of a wampus hunt. You'll see that there's a little flashing dot that comes up on some of these mountains, and when you see that, you just try and get down there when it flashes. Oh, this one's moving around like crazy. Sometimes I don't move around this far. Oh shit, I'm running out of time. We'll have to... Hey. Oh, you want to get that extra free cash there, guys, at the end. So yeah, we'll have to catch a wampus another time. Just gives you an extra $100 or so. The amount goes up as the game progresses. We have food output up, energy reduce, a random event, and that's really, really bad for us guys, because now we've got even lower energy, particularly on that strip. So luckily for us, we've actually got 3, and the others are still really low. So this isn't a good start to the game at all. And this guy's got 10 units of smith ore that he can sell for 57, which is a reasonably good price. It normally sits around sort of 50 odd. The computers are also a little bit predictable too in terms of what they will do in certain circumstances, and typically they like to have their money, if they're below 1,000 or about 900, they like to be between 900 and 1,000, so they'll sell stuff off to get there and have that sort of cash. And I guess, when you have that cash, then you can buy land, which might be part of the AI programming originally. So with food, look, that's a massive amount the store will buy food at 104. I've got 3 extra. I don't need to hold any additional food. It's always a bit of a risk if there's not enough and you can't buy some from the store next time round, then you can run out of time, and that's not good if you want to service a whole load of plots. So I'm going to sell mine, and I just got in front of those other computer guys to sell it at a higher price. And of course, if you're playing this with humans, guys, the trading and stuff is so much better, because you're jumping up and down and second guessing each other, and it's a huge amount of fun with 4 human players. That's really where this game shines in terms of strategy. But look, you can still have an awesome time with the computers, because you get to learn how they play to a degree, and that makes it a lot of fun. So right now, look at this. I've got just 1 extra energy. There's no store units. And what I might do is, typically you don't really want to sell energy, guys. You want to keep it as much as possible. And if you're trying to get a score and become the winner of the game, if you like, you starve the other players for energy, because then they can't produce that that block. He's not going to pay any more than that, but I'm going to get that 142 just to pip my cash up a bit. And as you can see, we've moved up a little bit on the ranking, so we're now 3rd place, which again, as we go higher, you get better things, you get worse things happen to you in some of the random events, not the big random events, but the individual random events. And so sometimes it's good to sort of hang back down at the bottom and get up to the top right at the end, a bit like Daytona strategy, guys. Daytona USA, right? Hang back to the final lap and then get in the front due to the rubber banding. Well, this is not rubber banding, it's just it treats people up the top not as well. So the colony has a shortage of energy still, so we know that. So what I'm going to do, let me try and see if I can lock out. Yeah, I'm going to lock this other guy out there, because we know that plot was a high, and hopefully I can build around that and get those economies. Now this block is a good block for me, because it's right next to me, and I don't know how much money the green guy's got. I think he's got more. Where was he in the ladder? I can't remember. It's basically, if I go forward, yeah, that red guy, pink guy was underneath me on the ladder, and so even though we started at the same time to get this land, they've got in front of me, but they've pipped out here at 752, which is quite expensive. But we are on auction number 3, guys, and so it's worthwhile getting more land. And the more land you have, the more you can produce, the more money you can make, higher score you can get. So, and you'll see actually in the store, there's a place where you can actually mark a block. That's interesting, low crystallite down there. You can mark a block for sale and sell it as an option, which again is really interesting when you're playing against other human players. But I never do that. I never sell land, because you get so much money off the production off the back of it. So what do we have going on? Yeah, a lot of energy going on. People are creating that, and I think we're going to do the same, guys. Problem with energy. See, I've got something good. Because being second from the bottom, so we've got charity from your home world took pity on you and sent $75. Yeah, so the challenge with energy, rather, not the problem with it, but if you've got a block with mountains on it, like I've got on the left there, energy won't produce as much as it will out in the non-mountainous blocks. And also you can put in energy on the river and it works just as well there as well. So what we're going to do is, I think, really should put a crystite out on the left and an energy, I mean that's a high crystite up the top is really where we want it, but we can do that after. Just for this round I'm just going to try and get 2 mules out and get that energy out, and then we can swap. You can swap mules around later, guys, and you'll see me do that. Plenty of time to do all these different elements. And you've got to be really careful when you place your mule on your block. If you don't place it exactly right, the mule will actually just run off the screen. And that just wastes time and money. We're already running out of time, just getting the second one out. There you go. Make sure that's on. I'm not going to get to the pub. That's a bummer. So I won't get any extra money at the end. Now you can see for the blocks that have the mules that have already gone out previously, like my energy block, you can see it's got 3 little dots underneath, so that is the normal potential for units to be produced, and it can go up and down depending on different events and stuff. And the situation we have now is after production, so sometimes you get an event before production, and sometimes you get an event after, and this is an after event one for this pest attack, and the red person has lost all their food, which is pretty crap for them, and they would have been up the top on the scale, which is why they got the bad thing happen. So again, good to sort of hang low, as I said earlier. Our production did okay. You can see our crystite did nothing. That's because I had a shortage of energy, so the block didn't do anything anyway. So you gotta watch that, guys. You gotta always have good energy. All right. So now we are on Smithor, and 56 is a reasonable amount. The computer, yep, will sell. And especially to get up to that 900 level, that green guy. Oh, he'll go. I was going to say he'd probably just go the whole lot, because 56 is just a little bit higher than the 52. Anywhere above sort of 52, 53, I think they generally sort of sell. Generally, food is very high. Again, this is normally pretty low, around the sort of 20 odd when we've got enough food, so good prices to sell. These guys all need 3 each, so there's 9 that they need in total. I have 1 extra from my production. Store has 7, so there's 2 short. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll just hang up the top here and let them buy all that food out, and it depends if the last guy who doesn't get the 2 that they need, if they'll continue up. And just a little, still gumming up. See the time going down on the right hand side, guys, so I've got to time this correctly to jump down just before the time runs out, and they've stopped. And when they stop moving, or when everyone stops moving, the time actually races down faster. So again, all those little nuances in the game that you have to really take attention of. And again, energy price is really high. So the pink guy here has got 8 spare, and the other one only needs 5. So this guy's likely going to come down to sell, and it's got more than me. 86 is a pretty good price, and I actually need some money. I've only got 306, so I'm actually going to come down and try and just pip the guy, and I will sell to critical. I might just get some more energy the next time around. You can see now they just bought what they needed, and now the other guys had to sell lower at 86, but 86 is still a really good price for energy. So yeah, this is an interesting game. Again, every game is radically different, and so all the strategies and stuff you have to sort of change up depending on what's going on. But yeah, we still have a shortage of energy, so let's just pump. Oh, shortage of food. All right, so food is low as well. So the staples, guys. So let's. Oh, I really want that block. I don't want the one with the mountains. So it's not good for food and energy. And we get that one there. I'll tell you what's really hard to get the block of land once that thing flies off the screen and comes back to the left. So hard to judge, and I was lucky to pick that one up there. But it becomes a bit of a knack. It's harder as there's less blocks. It's so quick flashing between them all. Now the land for sale, and this is way out over there, but it would be reasonable as a as an energy piece of land. But look, I've only got 636 guys. Everyone else has got low cash. It's going to be sold for 692, but the next one, yeah, is going to come down. Again, this is good for the red or pink guys to buy that and get some economies of scale across the two. And I'm not going to buy it for 632, guys, so I have no money. I have $4, and I won't be able to do anything, so that's not useful. I'll try and pick up some more land later, but we'll need to get some money in, and we'll focus on just the food and energy at the moment. It's just a bit of a bummer about that crystite block being on the mountains, because it's not really good for food or energy. You might get one unit, but that's not great. So the question here is, do I put a food plot out or an energy? Now it seems like it's sold down to critical level. I think I'm actually better off putting out an energy, and we need to bolster up the supply, guys, and get some more units in the store and get that price to come down and get onto the crystite mining where all the big money is. But see if I can grab this wampus up here. There we go. There's a mountain wampus. So we get an easy $200 from catching that. You only get one wampus per turn, so no need to wait any longer. And the faster you get in the pub, the slightly more money you'll get as well. Not hugely different there, but apparently that's how that algorithm works. Alright, so with these guys transferring, I'll put a smith ore out there on the left. That's really bizarre, because smith ore, you get most smith ore where you've got mountains, and putting it out there on its own, it's not great. Although you've got 3 in total, and so if you have 3 of anything, regardless of where it is, then you also get an extra production level. So that, in combination with them being next to each other, you'll get an extra. That helps your overall production. Oh, medium crystite down the bottom there. I wonder where the high is. It's left, right, or above it. Our blocks are going to be reasonably okay if I keep building my blocks up at the top there. I might try and block that pink guy out from getting that block up the top there. Ah, beauty. Here we get a pirate ship. And so a pirate ship comes along, and the tournament level of the game which we're on, it takes all your crystite. And luckily it's sort of early in the game. I've only got 2 crystite. It's going to take those. And yeah, it's really bad when you get pirates come later on and you've got all crystite out, and it takes all your crystite. You're holding crystite because you didn't sell it on the previous turn. You've stocked up because the price was low, and then the pirate ship comes along, guys, and just takes it all. Can really devastate your score. So anyway, I'm not too fussed about that. You can get up to, I think, up to 3 pirate ships in one go, which would be a terrible game. Typically it's 1 or 2. So let's see. If we don't get any more, we might be okay. Get some more money. Alright, now these guys have produced a ton of smith ore. They should... Oh, they're not going to sell probably. Oh yeah, no, they are, because they've got no cash. They wouldn't normally at 43, but they're going to sell. And I think any of them that get up to around 900 will then stop if they've got enough to get there. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, well, there's right up to 900 there anyway. They were all around that. But yeah, I would suspect that they would get to that and then they would actually back off. So that's good. That means there's smith ore going into the store, which means mules will be produced, which means mule prices will be lower. Otherwise, mule prices keep going up, guys, and then it's really difficult even just to buy one mule and outfit it, because you've got to pay for the food, energy, smith ore, crystite costs on top of your mule, and that's $25, $50, $75, or for crystite 100. I think that's right. And so it can be expensive. All right, food. I wasn't taking too much notice, but I had the minimum, so I don't need to buy any. These guys are just trying to sell to the green guy for big, but they're racing down now. They just realised it's not going to come up any faster. I love watching the computer algorithms and stuff, especially from back in the day, guys. They're very, simple in a way, but they still move around pretty well. They're a little bit dumb, but it's still good fun. So here we go. Here's the energy. Lots of great energy there. 15 over the top, and yeah, if I was really trying to stick it to them, I wouldn't give them any. So I can buy a lot of the land, but they've got a bit of money now anyway, and Store's only got 4 units, so here's a good opportunity actually to make them pay and get a bit of wealth transfer from them to me. And we'll see how far they go though, because they are quite low on cash themselves, but they will all want to have energy. Oh, she's not going very high at all. Might just get a couple, get me up to $1,000 just to help me with a land auction if one comes up. So guys, we are at the front, and as I said, that's not good in terms of potential bad things happening, but it doesn't mean that we are getting more points, so you got to start moving up the ranks at some point. So we are off, and I'm going to try and get that block. No, he got it. There you go. So it's trying to crowd me out there. But I got the other mountain block, which is a bit of a pain again. Although we have a few clear blocks now, so that's okay. So we've got plenty of energy now, so we really can actually start getting into a bit of crystallite production. So I'm going to swap a couple of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go get mules at $80, so that's good. I'm going to get a crystallite mule, yep, 100 for that. I'm going to take that one and re-outfit it, and that way you don't have to go and get a whole new mule, guys. You just sort of swap them around and re-outfit them as you need to. I won't be able to do any more this turn. Oh, whoops. Stuff that out. I better not be short by about $80 from getting a world record high score, guys, because it will be that moment right there. Looks like the pink guy's starting to get into crystallite as well, and they don't all do it. So and it can be just random. Sometimes they don't get into it at all. Sometimes you get multiple get into crystallite. The crystallite prices can be all over the place. Again, oh, there's a high crystallite down the bottom, and the computers aren't actually down there, so I might actually try and snaffle that block next and get close to mine and try and join up in the middle, especially because that green guy might still continue on the right hand side even though they got that random plot on the left. So anyway, this guy got something good. He got a couple $100, putting out some energy. He's going into Smith ore, got 3 productions there. The bottom right one of that Smith ore has got 3 mountains, so maximum of a normal production of 4. We have sunspot activities. Energy output has increased. That's good for the people that were short of energy. Interestingly enough, they didn't put out, they've only got 1 each, haven't they? So, but they'll get quite a few here, so that's good for them and good for the whole colony. Yeah, my energy there's raced up ahead. Got a few crystallites going on. Only got 2 food though. So I'm going to be short there, and there's only 1 lot of production. So I think there was some sold into the store, so we might be lucky there. But we do need food, so I can continue changing up my blocks as we go forward. Now the Smith ore at 50. Green guy's going to sell. The pink guy should sell. No, he's not. There you go. So he's sitting at 1,000, and 50 is that right on that limit of, yeah. There you go, dropped off at 969. You can sort of see how they work, guys. That's okay. We'll keep the store stocked with Smith ore, keep the mule prices down, have mules to actually go. You run out of Smithor, then you can actually you run out of mules. And actually the person who's coming last actually goes first when there's less than, I think, 7 mules in the store, so that you've got a chance to actually put something out, which means the person who's winning at that time may not get a mule to put out at all. So yeah, 104 for Crystite, guys, is pretty good. Crystite will be a random amount from, I think, 48 through to 148. I think is the range, so 104 is pretty good. And that helps us just boost up our cash and allows us to hopefully buy some land if a land auction comes up. Rightio, so look at that. We need 2 and the other guys need 8, so there needs to be 10, needs to come from somewhere. The pink guy has 2 of those, and the store only has 5 units. So I've got to try and snaffle the 2, but because I am leading, I won't get them. And sometimes one guy might just buy out the whole lot. Okay, the only chance I've got is to get in front of this. Damn it. Pink guy's come down. It's down to critical levels. I can't sell any more. So that's a bummer, guys. We are going to be short of food. With only 2 units, I may only just have enough time to get 1 mule out on the next go. Alright, well, everyone's got enough energy. I've got a couple of surplus there. I've got 18 extra, store 42. I've got enough money to cover any land purchases. Normally I just go down to buy. If there's no one selling, then the auction just goes to the next one, but it looks like the red guy's sitting there. Won't sell because I think it was that critical level anyway, wasn't it? We must have had one extra. So let's see. where are we? Where are we, guys? We're up to 6,077. We're a long way away from the over 50,000 score, right? Colony's at 23. And we still have a shortage of food, which we know about. Alright, let me see if I can try and get that block down the bottom here. I have to concentrate to get it. It just zooms past here. There we go. That's that high crystite one. And this would be a nice actual block to get just next to my food block. It should be a good one to put another food out right now, actually. Could be some economies of scale as well. Let's see if I can snaffle this. Everyone's keen because it's only 300. Oh, look at that. Somehow I got in front, which is interesting. Because I'm first, I wouldn't have normally got that, I would have thought. Oh, come on, man. There's always one guy that bids you up, hey? It's like when you're on eBay. It's just one other person. Oh, come on, man. I don't want to pay way up here. Wow. I mean, you know, the potential for the block is that it can earn a lot. Oh, jeez, and now we got another one. So we're not going to be able to afford this. And luckily, it's right up the very top, just away from my other one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can have that one at 980. Then the price might come down a little because there's only one buyer for the next time around. Wow. Oh, no! That would have been a prime block as well. But I don't think anyone's got enough money now. They haven't. But I don't either. Oh, the red guy could, but he'd have nothing left. So anyway, that's good for the next land auction, guys, so that will bring the price down. So that's a bit of a bonus. Now, unfortunately, because I've got food shortages, I'm not going to be able to put something out on both blocks, which is a real shame and a real waste. But I'm going to try and get 1 food out down the bottom before the time runs out. Let's see if we can do it. Oh yeah, I've got a reasonable amount of time actually, but I won't be able to do 2. Get this one out though. Time for a quick wampus. No, don't see any. Into the pub. Alright, we'll what's going on here. Yeah, this guy's right on the crystalites all over me. Gonna have to be careful. The more crystallite blops that guy gets, the faster he can get in the lead in front of me. Typically, not always works that way. Wow, everyone's getting into crystallite, guys. Oh, well, there's a high over to the right there too. So we know where the three highs are now, and the crystallite is concentrated around those three. What you can get, guys, is a meteorite strike, and when a meteorite strike comes down, one of the special events, it can actually leave a 4-dot crystallite deposit with a 4 potential rather than just the 3 of the highs. So that's awesome when that happens. Had a MULE go crazy there for the pink person, so that's not good for them, especially on food since we had a shortage. Picked up the extra 3 on my food on the right at the bottom there, guys, so that's pretty good. Again, that crystallite one on the left, it didn't produce. Again, it's an actual, it's not even a low crystallite block, that I don't have crystallite next to it, so that's probably why it's not producing. So I think I've got plenty of energy, so I have to sort that out because that's not working very well. And I didn't look where I was going to put my next block for the next turn around. Think about that. That's something you have to be really conscious of. If you suddenly get into the land selection, you think, oh crap, which one am I going to get? It's always good to think about it prior. Alright, so we are midway and these guys are starting to sell up and move their scores up into a fairly decent amount. The green guy now 2,242, guys. Oh, crystallite at 92. I think I am going to hold at that. I've got 511 though. Yeah, no, I'm going to sell. It's not a great price, but I need the cash. Just in case another one of those land auctions come up. I can't be short at this point. Especially now the green guy's got so much money. Yeah, you can see they just pipped themselves up around the 900 mark again. Below 100, so they're not selling them all. Look at that, 117 for food. Now it says spoilage. If you have too much over the surplus, then you can actually lose a few, up to 3 I think, on spoilage. So that happens for food and energy. Smith ore and crystallite, if you have over 50 units you've held on to from the previous turn, you'll lose all of them above 50 to spoilage. Another interesting dynamic is, see the store down there at 117, as soon as these guys race up the top, the store disappears. So if I sell one, see the guys coming down the screen here, right, so he's going to stay there. I've definitely got extra now, yeah. I was trying to think, do I have my food? Don't sell again. I couldn't sell to the store even if I had extra now because it disappeared off the screen. So again, another little subtle game dynamic you've got to be wary of. You sometimes get greedy and set up the top, and then the human players move up, lose the store off, and then they come back down again. You can't sell your stuff. It's like all those sorts of strange. Look at this. Wow. So if these guys, if I don't give them any energy, they won't produce anything, which is terrible for the colony. But good for me if I want to win the game. But I'm trying to get a decent score, and so again, a little bit of wealth transfer here would go a long way, and also it puts me in a good position for buying land. So especially this green guy. So he's bailing out. I'm just going to try and catch him before he goes right off the bottom there. And wow, this guy's nearly bought all my energy anyway. I haven't enough time to get down to him. No, he's gone underneath the buy. I just missed it. But that's okay. I actually sold quite a lot of energy there and got a really, really good price. Helps those other guys out, guys. They've done the right thing. Sharing the love, sharing the energy. So we're up to 10,000 now on status number 6. Colony's at 32. Alright, now I need to get that green guy start to block out though. So at least I've got that connecting block. It allows me to get better economies. Now I've got enough time now. I think I'm just going to keep those food ones for the moment and sort out these blocks on the left. Now I did sell a number of energy, but I'm only going to be able to get 2 mules out anyway. So what I might do is just shift these energy ones down to the bottom 2 and replace those ones there with crystite. Then we've got all the crystite together, and that should yield us more, even though the block down the middle here is a high crystite. But hopefully it will help this one on the far left, and we can change the other ones out the next go. So it's always just sort of working out. You know, ultimately I would put crystite straight out on all the highs all the time, but just the way that these blocks have landed, I'm just gonna do it this way to be quick here. Can't remember if the human species gets less time. It sure seems like it, because I'm going to be hard pressed making this. Just got there. And going diagonal, you get faster speed. So trying to get back to the store, try doing it in diagonal motions. Yeah, I know the beginner species you get a little bit more time, and that actually really helps. You can get like almost 3 plots done, as well as that 600 bonus. So there is that major benefit, and so that could still be really useful for chasing a really top score, guys. Is to choose that beginner species. In the Twin Galaxies rules, they actually say you can choose any one that you want. So you could choose the beginner species, but as I said, you get hit hard at the start with bad stuff because you're leading for so long, potentially. You could be leading all the way through the entire game. So yeah, it all depends. Alright, green guy's putting out energy and is still concentrated on Smith ore. Oh dear, we don't have an event before production, so could be another pirate ship. That won't be good, given we've just started forking out more. Oh, just a pest attack. It's on one of my food plots. That's cool. I've got the other one. Contingency, guys. Seriously, love this game because it's so different. Where's my next plot going to be? 1, 2, 3. If I hold down, I want to flick, miss that, and try and get it after there. It gets really hard, guys, when you're trying to get the next one. It's going to go flash, 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 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks after that. And if you don't press the button, you can miss out. Miss out on a free block of land. You press too early, you get the wrong one. It's out in the middle of nowhere, not next to your other block. So, alright, Smith ore at 57, and they're not selling. Do they not? Oh, because some of them didn't make anything, did they? Because of the lack of it. Was a lack of energy? I didn't look at their production. I should have taken note. Alright, so we got a few more. These guys are actually starting to outproduce me here on crystite. Well, they were previously as well. They're really going to start racking in some cash now, which make the land higher to buy, but we're actually running out of available land anyway. In 2 goes, all the free land will go, because they'll just run out of blocks. Okay, now we're going to be picking up the score. The overall colony score is going to be much higher at the end of this round. And we've all got a reasonable amount of cash. Oh, look at that, 190. Shame we had that pest attack. Would have 3 units at that price. Look at that. So 1 extra, those guys need 6. We can sit up the top guys. Show me the money! I'll let them come up and I'll sell that 1 unit for a crazy price. They've got a lot of money too, so they're likely to just race up. Which is quite funny really, because sometimes the computer guys really don't need this extra 1 food. with just the one less food they could do what they need to do. I wonder if this red guy's going to come down. Yeah, there we go. Jump me. Oh, he's still going though. And we get a higher price. Wow. Watching the time, being careful here. And he stopped 352, was it? That's a good price. 1 unit of food. Alright, energy. I think energy all did pretty well. And still pretty high in price there. And it'd be interesting to see if the red guy comes down. I'm actually going to hold my 5, even though 88 is actually really good price, guys. But I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to see what that red guy does. I think he's going to sell. Yeah, he's a little bit reluctant, but he's coming down. He's got plenty of excess, got plenty of money. But yeah, okay, they're not selling at all. So also being astute, doing the right thing, keep some energy aside. And here we go. Still in the lead, up to 12,000 now. The other guy's getting closer though. Still got a shortage of food. Luckily we've still got those 2 blocks out, so that's good. Alright, so let's see if we can get... which one I'm going to get here now. No. I was too quick. I was trying to get that block with the mountains. Damn. And then we've got this 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 left. No, I've got 5 left after this. And that's the other thing. I'll miss out on one of the rounds of free land. Oh crap. These guys are going to push this up so high because they got heaps of cash. Damn. Wonder how high they'll go. This is next to their... is it next to the other one? No, I think it's next to the green guy. He might jump down, watch. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So sometimes they do that as well, which is... It's cool when you do that when you're playing with other humans. You bid up, and then right at the very end you just jump down and you leave them stranded with it, or if you feel like they're taking for advantage. All right, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 left after this, so everyone will get a block. I just was laid off the start. I'm gonna try and snaffle this as well, even if I push just to put the food block out there. Oh, it's going for a lot of money though. This is dead money, because this money just goes back to the game. Oh man, that's way too high. Yeah, okay. Thought he might do that, actually. There you go. So he was bidding me up. But I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I should be able to get enough production. So we've got a lot of blocks of land, and unfortunately we will run out a bit of time. And the one on the other side of the planet. So I think what we'll do, it's a shame, not because it's just too far away. Wow, and that bottom left one's got the mountain. That's a real bummer. So I could put a new mule out on the right, but going back and getting another one and doing a swap over on the left, it's just going to be too difficult. Can move the food out there though. Oh no, we want that food next to the other food actually, and if we get 3 food actually we'll get even more while the food price is still up a bit. Oh boy guys, I'm not quite sure which way I should go. We really need to keep building up the crystite. I don't want to lose a block of energy though, just for the sake. I think I'm just gonna. This is a bit crap, but Where's that other? We've got that other high crystite there, medium, low. So those bottom two actually have no crystite. So I'd only be getting the bonuses of them being next to each other and having more than three to produce anything over there. I really need those two energy over there, guys. And I don't want to swap them around after. So, this is a real problem. Do we forego? No, I don't want to forego an energy either. I really want to move those energies out. Okay, alright, this is really... That doesn't help. This is really, really hard. Because I just don't think I'm going to have enough time. Yeah, there's no way can I get back. Yeah, I'm not going to get another MULE out, so I'm just going to go for a Wampus, and we're going to have to do that next time round. That's a real shame. Oops. Over the other side there, no Wampus hunting. Yeah, I swear the human gets slightly less time, which makes it difficult. So it might be the best strategy really overall is to have just a normal player, not have the beginner species, but a normal player. And a normal player, I think you have just that little bit of extra time. Or the flapper where you've got heaps of time. But you don't always need it, that's the thing. Depends how the game pans out. Alright. Food on the river. Food shortages. Okay, pretty good actually, everyone except for me. Oh no, the pink guy's got one out. Oh, meteorite strike! Oh guys, oh no! It's prime, it destroys what's on the block, but that guy's gonna really reap in the crystite and could tip me. The only benefit I have is slightly more land, but I always love getting the crystite deposits, guys, from a meteorite. But not this time. But we did fairly good production. So pretty happy about that. Wow. So yeah, with that lack of time, it's pretty hard to get those outward blocks with anything decent and move stuff around. Alright, so the green guy, sell or not? Probably won't. Yeah, because it's sitting above that 1,000. Sitting on 50. We're all good there, guys. Especially with 4 months out, the MULE prices should be stable. Crystite 120 is pretty good. This is very good. And even though I got the most production this time, these other guys are going to jump ahead, unless of course I starve them with energy if they don't have any. Let's go sell, and we shall all prosper. When you're trading, see how it speeds up. So if I just sit on the line, then it just goes at this speed and takes forever. So if I just hold the joystick down, then it will slowly speed up and just makes it faster. Alright, so a little bit behind on the money side of things, so we'll see where we are. 235 on food, guys, though, and I still got those 2 food plots. 5 extra, the other guys need 2. There'll be go 1 back potentially to the store at 235. I should sell my additional 4. Oh, that pink guy's really going to get in front of me. He'll definitely want to sell at this price. He's going to wait, getting greedy. I'm going to hang up here and try and get in between these guys. Just got there. Jumped me. As I said, it's just so much fun, the auctions when you're playing against human players can make the game really hard. So you can actually sell a below critical and sell everything down to zero. Sometimes there are times where you might want to do that, especially near the very end, but most of the time you won't. Energy, okay, we got 3 above, there's 4 short, red guy's got plenty. We need the extra energy. Since we're short, store only has 1 unit as well, so absolutely we're going to keep our energy, and we need to keep our energy plots out. Otherwise we'll be short guys for the final months. You're still here. You're still here watching, guys. Tell you what, it's a relatively long game, eh? I mean, generally a little over an hour for a game. And, you know, you really can't predict how it's going to turn out. So, 16,000. Colonies, 54,000 guys. I'm going to get over 100 for an awesome, awesome game. And, as I said, my individual money needs to get up over 30,000 to be a really good game, but I've got to get right up to like 58 if I'm ever going to get a world record, at least against the Commodore listing that's currently there. Alright, okay, so now I just hold down my button because there's only 4 blocks left, so I don't want to miss out. So I just held it down and get any, you just got to go for any random block. No new blocks for sale. Sometimes when you're winning, you're at the lead, you can lose a block at the start of your turn. That's the shocking thing. Sometimes you're right at the bottom of the stack, you could gain a plot, which is awesome. So luckily I haven't lost a plot. Now I've got 3 blocks, guys, doing nothing. That's not good. Energy was getting a little low there. I might have to just sacrifice my time and get an energy out on the right hand side and then worry about the left hand side. That crystite one up the top there, the crystite down the bottom actually, and that energy block, I really should change that over because that's a high there, isn't it? Oh, I wish I could get 2 out. I can't do that again, guys, so I'm just going to have to do that one down there, swap it and put it across. We'll do that. Could get a little low on energy on the next round, that's the only thing, but that might be a time to then swap that food plot out. We'll get these over here. At least that's sort of appropriate. No, MULE, wampuses. Right, in the pub, The second guy got something bad. Flying cat bugs ate the roof off your house. Repairs cost 300 buckaroonies. Yeah, crystite. This red guy's definitely going to put a crystite out. Got something good. Wandering Space Traveller. Repaid your hospitality by leaving 2 bars of Smith ore. Sometimes you can get food and energy from one of these events, which is useful if you've got a shortage of food. And there we go, he put the crystite out on the block where the meteorite struck the bugger. And what's this guy going to do? Yep, crystite as well, put a food out. My 2 food might still be good. Great, energy up, so that's bonus. So we've only got 2 energy out and we really need that energy now. So that's actually really good. Lots of production. Still 2 blocks not doing anything. Not good. My energy completely full. My crystallite too. You got maximum of 8 up the top there. In fact, got more than the when the meteorite struck. They got a good one on the other side of him. So interesting. All right, what is the price of crystallite going to be? Please be high. Please be high. The last thing we want is like a pirate, another pirate ship, guys, to come. Yeah, so it's interesting. So these guys actually got heaps of cash, so they're buying at 43. The other guy's selling because he wants up to 900. There you go, off he goes. And these guys are buyers because they know that Smithor should get up above 50. I mean, we're only talking, you know, $7 to get to 50, so it's not like they're going to make a huge amount. Oh no, guys, crystallite's 52. Oh no. We've got 34, so we're not over 50, so we won't lose any in spoilage, so we don't have to sell any. Yeah, these guys are trying to buy at 52 because it's so cheap, but we're at a real risk here. Run a real risk of a pirate ship. Fingers crossed, guys, we don't get a pirate ship. That's going to be tragic. Oh boy. Okay, food. I think we'll quickly cash in on those 4. We will have to change that food plot, but I've got 2 other blocks to worry about, so we'll keep cashing in. And I might be able to... Yeah, this guy's racing down. Yeah. Get the first trade because he's lower than me. A little bit under on the dollar amounts, close though. On our total money with the pink guy. Alright, energy's like really cheap now, which is great. Because we want energy to be cheap at this stage of the game. So we're going to start swapping out some of these if we can. So again, I'm going to stockpile my energy. Keep it at the 9. I don't care, everyone else has got excess, so there's 6 in the store, unless of course you get a store fire. But so yeah, these guys can go ahead and knock themselves out and get tight on energy. I'm not going to do that. And that should set us up since we're getting into the last 3 months. Out in front still, guys. Yeah, it's close though. 18.6 to 17.2 and 16. Colony's at 62,000. Not too bad. But yeah, guys, how do you get from 18 all the way up to 50 odd, like for a world record? Oh boy. Alright, I mean, we are going to get more in these final rounds. Oh no, got something bad, guys. What is it? Didn't lose a block at least. Solar collectors on your energy mules are dirty, and cleaning costs you 75 each. Well, that's not too bad. 150 bucks. Not too bad at this stage of the game. Alright guys, can I get, because really I want to get crystallite out to both of these ones, even though that block in the bottom left is a bit rando. We might as well get one out there. There's no point putting Smith or anything out there at this stage of the game. Go up and over into the middle. Just a little trick there to get into the middle of the store quickly, guys. And hopefully I've got enough time here. Go the diagonal onto the thing. To get a mule on the way. No, I thought there was one going to be at that mountain pass. Bit of a shame not to get on the pub because it would have been probably about 200 at this stage of the game. The money starts going up. Big guys all in on crystallite. What am I going to do next time? I think food has come back down. May, we're on 10, we'll be on 11. Maybe put out an energy still, or swapping those last ones to crystite, but then I won't have enough time to do those ones over the far right. So might swap this one out for crystite next, the food. Depends how much energy. Oh boy guys, we didn't have a pre-event, which means an after event. It can be a pirate ship. Don't be a pirate ship, don't be a pirate ship. I've got all that stuff saved up from the last. And it's a huge production, guys. It's a huge production. Oh, the best gag. Yes! I mean, it's on my block, but... Oh, guys! It's a killing. It's a killing for all of us, actually. Actually, good for the overarching economy. Wow, colony, I should say. Alright, well this guy's over 50, so he's going to have to sell at least the 25 excess there. Otherwise they'll be spoiled. But it's 57 anyway, so he'll probably just go sell the lot, to be honest. Let's see if he does, he's going to really rake it in terms of money. Well done, mate. Well done. On the Smithor. Ah, man. It was such a great game, guys. If you're still with me, you got to dust this off if you're an Atari person and get playing it. If you're not an Atari person, just go get it anyway. 104 guys, so the price is a little unfortunate. It could have, if it came back at like 140, it would have been awesome. Got 85. Gotta be real careful here you don't get too eager before the time runs out and you end up putting yourself down as a buyer. Done that before. You gotta wait for that time before you come down. It's a subtle little element to the gameplay too, because if you want to come down and trade and be the first person to trade with someone else, if you get just too eager, you come down as a buyer. Alright guys, so we'll start racking up some points here, everyone. So yeah, this is really going to boost the colony on month 10. And it's really going to boost the scores. So let's see where this takes us. Can't see myself getting anywhere near the 50,000, but that's not a bad result. Not bad at all. Alright, so food. We lost a couple of food, didn't we? But we've... one short actually. Need 5 at this stage of the game. Okay. It's only 5 available from that guy. There's 13 in the store, that's okay. So, we're all going to get one. These guys won't buy excess. Will we get one cheap? No. They're just going to buy the lot then. As I said, you can do that. Strategy, buy out the store, prevent other people from getting food and changing their blocks. So many devious things you can do with this game, depending on how it's going. This game's been relatively straightforward. Like, hasn't been anything really bizarre happen in it, and sometimes there is. We had a fire in the store though, didn't we, right off the bat, which made it difficult to start. But alright, so there's plenty excess energy. The store only has 3. These guys need plenty. In fact, they need more than that. I'm not going to be selling anything additional. I'm going to keep mine. And now since we're on 10, that's it's good because now I can think about changing that food plot out actually to another energy. Then I'll have 3 energies, get the economies of scale benefit, and that's probably my best bet before the final month, guys. Because yeah, your goods value is, because you have a goods value that you saw in the mix, and that goods value is the final price of everything in an auction set, plus, you know, for the units of those things that you have, that gives you your total goods value. I think it's that, is it that times, it might be that goods value times 4, is it? I think it is, can't recall now. But anyway, guys, look, we're at 25,000, again way off the old 50. Wow, how do you get there? Colony's really good though, 84,000. So we might get up there. If we can get a colony over 100,000, since I started on expert, I mean that's exactly what the manual said, guys. Start on expert, get over 100,000, we want to hear from you. So if we could do that, I'd be happy. That'd be a good result from this game. Alright, so we are, and given that this is the second to last, do I risk it? And because energy's short, I could put an energy where the other food is as well. Then what would I do though? Because really, I'm really maximising the crystite on the left. Or should I just put 1 energy? I'm not really going to change those to mining on the last turn. I'm really not going to get much from it. Hard decision here, guys, but I think, yeah, I'm going to play it a little conservatively, a little bit safe this game. Normally try and smash out crystite on every conceivable last block, regardless of where it is. But I think this time round, that strategy's not going to be great. We can pop mills back and we can get that money back, guys. That's the other thing you can do. Can I get another Wampus at this stage of the game? You can get quite a bit of cash for them. Come on, come back up. Ah, bugger, he moved. It's over there to the left, not going to make that. Get in the pub. Yeah, I think these later ones, 300? Definitely 300, possibly 400 for a Wampus. I think I've been talking non-stop for this entire game. The first time I've taken a breather. We still have a chance. Oh no. No, because we still have a chance to get a pirate ship. And because nothing's happened before the production, again, it's the real risk. You don't get a pirate ship on the last go, because that's when your transport ship comes back. So this is the only opportunity for a second pirate ship. If we don't get it, then that really helps us boost our score and for the whole colony. If we get a pirate ship, it could just knock us back badly. Prevent. Oh.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
No words. That might stop us now from getting over 100 as a colony. This guy's laughing because he got his Smith ore. Laughing at us. Pick up some cash too, won't he? 57. So that's the other thing, like I wonder if anyone who does get over those 50,000 sort of scores, if they have a game where you have no pirate ships. I think I've seen that, but it's pretty rare. I think it's like, I don't know, 1 in 6 chance of having 1, and I don't know if the odds change as it gets higher in the months. And I think a maximum of 3, or it could be a maximum of 2, but we got both. If you manage to miss those and you're all in crystite, then maybe you could get up in that 50,000 mark. That I do not know. Now, food, what are we changing on the next time round? I don't think we're actually going to be changing anything. So I don't even know if I have to buy, to be honest. What I'm going to do, that food is going to stay there. I don't really want to put another energy out. I've got the other energy set. I think we're just gonna leave it for the last production, guys. It's just such a shame. We've just, we've missed out on a huge amount of money there. It's the worst time for the pirate ship to be the month just before the end, because that's typically where the most crystite production occurs, except for the last round. Oh, these guys are screwed. They're going to be producing nothing if this green guy doesn't sell his energy. Funnily enough, I've got 5 extra on my critical, and I'm not going to make any changes. So actually I could sell these 5 for a reasonably high price if they can get this green guy to bug out, get down to critical, and these other guys keep racing up. It's actually worth me selling these at a slightly higher price. Oh, come on, guys. I'm just going to sell 1 and just hopefully that just pushes the price up of the store on the final round, because that's what that goods value is going to be, and I'm going to still have energy and produce more energy, so that gives me just a little bit of a bump. So look at that, guys. Colony stuck at 86. We would have been well and truly up there, right? We would have been well up the late 90s and then get over 100. I don't think we're going to make it now. And I'm on 25, so can't see me getting much, over 30 if anything. So yeah, I'm going to leave all my blocks. And I should go for a wampus. Hard to see when you've got so many things out. It's way on the other side. Oh no, it's moved. Not gonna get there. Damn wampus. 222 gambling. 250. Another 222, interesting. 231. And now the ship is back, and if you haven't been counting the months as you play the game, then you can be fooled and think that they've got another pirate ship. They sound the same before they come onto the screen. And you see the good blueness, you know that it's not. So, this is the final. Oh, and of course, because the pink guy didn't have any energy, it hasn't produced, so damn. If I was really trying to, yeah. But I didn't have enough anyway. So this is not good, guys. Not good for the colony score. I don't think we're going to hit 100. Bummer. Bummer. That pirate ship stuffed it up. Yeah, weird thing, well not weird, but the thing that happens on the final round is the computers don't do anything, because you get the goods value of the current price, so there's no point buying or selling. I believe there's a bit of a trick with human players that if you bid up and one person sells you something then at a high price, then that price is the price that is then used for goods, which can make your overall score higher. So there's a little bit of a trick there, but you can't do that with the computer players. So it is what it is. So there's no point me selling here either. I'll get the value of 43 by 108 for the crystite. Gosh, And yeah, and food is up, so it was good to keep the food plot out, not change that over for energy, because I've actually got 2 at 235, so that's good. And we just wait it out, because there's a store there, so you could still feasibly go up and buy some, but no one's going to do that, of course. And energy at 69, that's not bad to finish on with a bit of stock from the ones I produced. Have we made 100, guys? Oh, I might as well stay up there because he's staying up there. Come on, have we made 100? At least make 100. And did I just pip over 30,000? That would be awesome. Be a good game. Especially on expert. I get a big head. So I'm first founder. Yes. First founder. And did we get over 100? 96! Oh, I got 30,000 though. We get a reasonable score. Federation is pleased by your efforts and you will live comfortably. But we were just shy of 100, guys. Damn you, pirate ship! All right, well, guys, listen. That was a long episode for those that are still here with me. If you want me to try another one and go for another score on this, and you want me to film it, let me know. Otherwise, I might be quietly, secretly doing more MULE in the background, trying to get the skills up, see how well I can do, and eventually maybe get a recording done and get it up at Twin Galaxies. So that'll be fun. Dust off the MULE, guys. Get into the game. It's awesome. Thanks for everyone for subscribing. And yep, plenty more to come. But until next time, keep on keeping on.
You belong.